All right, guys, so we're going to be doing some coverage of the 212 2020 Tampa Pro, specifically the top four call out in the 212 class. So we have Aaron Clark and Flex Diesel, which is Detric, Bo Lewis, I think. Yeah. And we have Weapon X, which is Derek Oslan. And lastly, we have, of course, George Double Peterson. So if you guys are interested in hearing me talk about the top four, call out at this year's 2020 Tampa Pro in the 212 class. Make sure you guys stay tuned. All right, guys, if you are new to this channel, thank you so much for checking out the channel. If you guys are returning and you guys have enjoyed this content so far, please subscribe. We're on that road to 1,000 subscribers for monetization. So if you guys would like to join whatever it is I've got going on here, the Sanj Army, the Bodybuilding News Army, whatever it is, if you guys would like to join, please subscribe. But let's get right into this video. So obviously there's been a lot of talk about George Peterson coming into this show as his 212 Pro debut and really sweeping the competition in the terms of size and, from what I've seen, conditioning. And I think that that hype was valid. Just looking at these photos, thank you to Maximum Muscle Report for posting this fantastic coverage as they were actually at the show this year. Looking at the front double and back double, who do you think would be coming in second behind George? I don't think anyone has the density in the back to knock George off that first place placings. And I think that his shredded midsection and overall mass development in the front double is going to give him that nod from the judges to take this #1 slot and the Olympia qualifier. So who do we have in second? I like Detric. I like Detric's vacuum he has. I like his small midsection. I think between him and George, they have the smallest midsections on the stage. I do like Derek Oslan's physique. I like the way he holds his double. He has his elbows nice and high, really emphasizing the peak. I'm not completely sold on his midsection. I wish he were to contract the abs a little bit more, maybe show a little bit more definition. Right now, you can't really say it looks watery. It just looks extended in not a terrible way. He's not overflowing on the sides, but it's not exactly what I'd like to see in a front double. And over on the right, we have Aaron Clark. I personally was surprised to see Aaron on this first call out. Although he did come in absolutely diced. His conditioning is unquestionable. He looks fantastic in the terms of conditioning. I'm just not a huge fan of his midsection. It's really blown out on the sides, and it really does make his legs look really small. Not that he has small legs, it's just it ruins the illusion that either a Y taper or X taper, whatever you're going with. I much rather would have seen someone like maybe Jason Lau or Jason Lowe. I know he's a little smaller in this class, but I think his lines would have been nice to see on the stage next to all these other bigger competitors. Obviously, just my opinion. And also with Detric, I really like the way he's holding his vacuum. It's just fantastic to see that on a bodybuilding stage. Top level pros in their sport, in their respected classes, holding a vacuum. And I just wanted to pull up some more footage on Aaron Clark. You can see here his side chest. And for the most part, I mean, this is a pretty good shot. It's kind of a weird angle, so it really does emphasize the midsection on being distended like I was talking about. The front double, he has some really interesting lat insertions where they're not so far in the back, they're really pulled to the front, which personally I think is kind of cool. I wish he would have put his elbows up just a little higher. That might help with the with that Y or X taper, make it look a little more sharp. And from this angle, honestly, his legs look great. The left one looks small, but that's just the angle. But that quad sweep looks crazy. He has the striations in that teardrop of the quad, so it does look nice. And his midsection actually doesn't look terrible in this angle. So maybe it's just from the front angle, but if you think about it, that's what the judges are going to see. So I like to judge people based off what the judges are going to typically see. And we have some more pictures here of George. Just wow. I mean, he really came in shape here. His tan looks fantastic. I can really appreciate his midsection. Just some really full, diced abs, and his legs look very well conditioned as well. The back double, I think, is just crazy on him. He has a lot of mass packed in on that body, in the upper body, and not to discredit or to downplay his legs, but I think he has some room for improvement on his legs, especially when you look at this side chest. It's just so much mass up top, and then it looks like he's gonna fall over with not really chicken legs, but with his smaller legs. But then I almost contradict myself looking at this front single. I guess I don't know if Phil made this pose famous, but where you have the hand on hip with the one arm flexing as a front bicep. I'm almost contradicting myself because you look at the quads on this and it looks great. So maybe it's just certain shots aren't his best shots. Maybe with this side tricep shot, he wasn't pushing the hamstring up against the leg. It's also not a great angle to see the hamstring sweep. So that's also important things to keep in mind. Yeah, looking at these front most musculars or front. It's kind of like a lat spread, kind of like a front relaxed, kind of like a mix between both. Just crazy. He has a great physique. He's definitely going to do well in the 212 class this year. See, and then here we have a little bit better shot of that side tricep, whereas actually his legs do look pretty proportionate. So it's all about angles. It's all about like how you're looking at the physique. So it's just kind of fun to look through these guys. Look through their physiques and what they brought to the stage. Some Christmas tree action here. I like that. That looks great. And we have some couple pictures from Detric Oslan. Unfortunately, only 3, but we'll take what we can get. And what can we say about Detric? His legs look fantastic in this most muscular crab shot. Very conditioned, nice set of abs. He actually looks a little small when he's standing by himself, but then once you actually get him on stage next to everybody else, he actually keeps up with people like George Peterson in this picture, side by side. I think that they compare very well in a lot of different areas. And I know what you guys are asking, how am I going to call this show? From the photos, from the videos we have here, how am I going to make this? How am I going to call this? Is it going to be George and then Flex and then Detric and then Aaron? I think that is a pretty fair call. It just really comes down to what the judges are looking for. Are the judges going to reward the smallest midsection with the craziest X taper? Because then I would have it George and then Flex. But if you're going to have for size, if you're going to go with just size, then you're going to have someone like George and then Aaron. Because Aaron, you look at him, he just looks like a bigger bodybuilder to include the midsection. It's all one package, right? So I would have it, if they're looking for just mass monsters, you know, if they're still stuck in the 90s and the early 2000s, I would have to go with someone like George. I think still has the most mass on the stage, and then I'd go with Aaron, and then I'd go with Detric, and then I'd go with Flex. So it really comes down to what are the judges looking for at this year's 2020 Tampa Pro in the 212 class. And that's kind of where I'm going to leave it for you guys. Where do you guys see this first call out landing? Who would you rather have seen in this call out? I know some of you wanted to see Detric Farnsworth in this first call out. I know a lot of you wanted to see Jason Lau and Santi Aragon. Where do you guys think those guys are going to be landing? Are they going to be landing in the high second call out to maybe mid second call out? Comment below what you guys think. I'd love to hear your opinions and exactly why you think you have those opinions. You know, what are you putting into those thoughts, you know? And that's really going to do it for this video, guys. I wanted to keep it fairly short. If I have more time in the day, I'll try to put out another video going over the finals and the second call out and exactly what I thought of everything else. To be fair, I am getting ready for vacation, so there is that. But this is my passion, this is my hobby, so I'll always make time to make content for you guys. And I think that is about it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. As always, if you'd like to support this channel, the best way you can do that right now is to subscribe and go to goldenarrownutrition.com and use my ambassador code SANCH15 at checkout. And that's it for the third time. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.